I'm Tuscany. I said that I was going to start a little video about my conversion story, so here it is. I'm going to try to shoot this all in like one take, maybe 2. It was like a month after graduating when I actually took my Shahada. I came from a very, very, very little town called Ladoga, Indiana. Very small. Probably only have like 1,000 residents total, maybe a mile wide. I don't actually know. I really loved it there, but like everyone was Christian. You just kind of had your choice of churches to pick from. So I decided to look elsewhere. I raised myself pagan. And you're like, wait, what? Seriously, I was like into flowers, birds, the whole worshiping trees thing. Because my dad was atheist, and if he preached anything at all, it was more pagan stuff. So that's what I grew up with. I decided I wanted to go into a more monotheistic path. So I went to church with one of my friends like 3 years ago. She's a Pentecostal, so I became Pentecostal because I thought, well, this idea of God's really cool. I like it. There were certain things that I understood and took in very quickly, such as the idea of, being modest, covering more. And this is something I found in Pentecostalism, long sleeves, long skirts. But I was like, I think this is something I want to do, but I couldn't understand the trending. People tried to explain it to me, and I was like, okay, I get Jesus is really awesome, but how is God limited? I couldn't understand how someone could say that God was limited, because by putting him in a human, God is now limited. But they say, no, but at the same time, God is everywhere. I'm like, what? So I thought, this isn't for me if it's not something that I can readily understand and want to embrace. I really don't think anyone should ever embrace a belief system that they don't get or understand. Some people are probably going to disagree with me. That's fine, whatever. So I went out and I thought, what haven't I looked into? I really had no idea. So I was on Twitter, and I found this girl. Her name is Anis. She's still on my Twitter, which, by the way, you can find me at @Tuscany That's my Twitter. Anyway, so I found Anis, and she was talking about Allah and like all these cool things about Allah, and I was like, I don't know anything about Allah. I don't know anything about Islam at all. So she posted these pictures of Mecca. I was like enamored. I thought, why? This is so beautiful. All these people come from all over the world to just go to this black box. I thought, but that's still pretty cool. I told my parents, I said, I think I want to write a paper. I want to be Muslim for a month. The more I thought about it, immediately, the more I thought about it, I thought, I can't just be Muslim for a month. That's stupid. And I don't think God would like that if I just randomly changed my faith for a month. So I thought, okay, not gonna do that. Instead, I'll look into it more. So I took another month of just reading and reading and reading and reading, because I didn't have a job, I didn't have school. I just had myself to deal with. So, like I said, I started with the easiest books ever. I bought myself a Quran. I bought Islam for Dummies. I bought this book called Quran for the Infidel, which is actually supposed to, it sounds terrible, right? It's this, like, comical thing on explaining the Quran to people who don't understand the Quran. Anyway, so it was actually really I understood it really well. And immediately, I started reading the Quran, starting from chapter 4, Ananis. The women, or the woman, depending on which translation you read in English. I understood so much, and I thought it was really awesome that Allah had created an entire chapter just for me, a woman, to understand everything as easy as possible. The Quran is so much easier to read than the Bible, I thought, but since I had been a Christian, I had read the Bible, so I also had a deep respect for the fact that all Muslims are supposed to believe in the Torah, the Bible, as well as the Quran. So, I had read the Gospels. That's actually technically what we believe in instead of the entire Bible. So yeah, I read the Gospels and I understood them, and I did not have a chance to read the Torah yet, but I'm seeing a lot of these things also in Islam, and I thought, you know, that's actually really awesome. I get this. And before I knew it, I thought, this is something I want. I never even met a Muslim. I never found any Muslims. Everyone in my community was totally white, like ghetto, redneck white. I mean, not everyone, but if you ask anyone from where I'm from, what's it like, they're all gonna be like, yeah, there's a lot of rednecks, everyone's really white. So when I converted, and started wearing hijab, everyone was like, girl, you look Middle Eastern. You okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I converted to Islam, and they were like, what? What? I was like, yeah, seriously, I mean, what's wrong with that? They were like, well, we don't know, that's just kind of weird. Don't know any of them Muslims. Actually, I had more of a mixed response. That was half of it, and the other half was like, wow, you're a Muslim. That's really interesting. I wouldn't be Muslim, but that's really interesting, which is awesome. I love that response, because I have a really deep respect for people who are like, that's not my faith, but I want to learn more about it. So, anyway, I feel like I'm off topic. I don't know. So, I noticed that the nearest one was in Lafayette, Indiana. I came on a Tuesday, in between 6 and 7, because that's what it says to do on their website if you have any questions. So I walked in there, and literally no one was there. I was terrified, absolutely terrified. I knew to wear hijab, but I forgot to wear long sleeves, so I was wearing like a short sleeve shirt, hijab, and like a skirt. All I knew is I wanted to take my shahada. I didn't even know how to say the shahada, but I was like, I know this is what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. So, I'm standing in there and I'm like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm totally bored, I'm totally bored. And I sit in there for like 15 minutes. Yeah, like 15 minutes. Which means I probably shouldn't have gotten that bored. Finally, this man comes in, like, you know, olive skin, long beard. Looks like a professor. Probably is, because this is Purdue County, you know. I look at him and he says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I didn't know what he was saying. So I was like, do you speak English? I want to take my shahada. And he looked at me, he was like, yes, I speak English. But this is good, this is good. I will find people so you can take your shahada. So he calls up all these people. Hello? Hello? Hello, there's a sister here who wants to take a shahada. Yeah, there's a sister here. She's from like Ladoga. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, salam, brother. Hey, yeah. We have a sister here who wants to take a shahada. And I was like, don't know what's going on. So there, finally the brother comes back and he says, "Sister, we should take you and put you in the women's room. Then you won't be bored. Hopefully there are sisters there, inshallah." Like I knew what inshallah meant. So I go over there, I'm like, because there aren't any sisters, it's just quiet. Just very, very quiet. I waited 45 minutes. Because I didn't know what I could touch. I knew that I couldn't touch the Quran because like the Arabic version, because I wasn't Muslim yet. So I saw these like Arabic novels and stuff on the walls. I thought, I don't know what I can touch. They all look like gibberish. Finally, I took my shahada. La ilaha illallah and Muhammadan wa Rasuluhu. I messed it up so bad. But the point is that I said it the first time. They come in and they're like, "Yeah, mashallah, sister, we'll take you to this room." I thought, another room? Oh God. So they take me and they put this rug over my shoulders. At first I tried to put it over my head and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know, aren't they supposed to be covered?" They're like, "No, you're supposed to cover your arms." I said, "Oh, okay." So I covered my arms and then they had me repeat after them and then it was done. And they were like, "Go home and take a shower." Because I think they were all too embarrassed to actually understand that I didn't have anyone to reference what Rusul was. They were just too embarrassed to even tell me about it. They were just like, "Yeah, just go home and take a shower." So I went home, I took a shower, and I was like, "I'm awesome now!" I'm still like that sometimes. But, yeah, sorry this is so incredibly long for such a short story. But this is only like part 1 anyway.